Greetings everyone, my name is Zetterville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. During the last part, I covered 9 viewer-submitted levels, so in this part I'll be covering at least 4 or 5 more viewer-submitted levels, starting out with this one, Invasion at the Wily Castle Protoman version by TheBoltReaper, with 8 plays and a score of -2. As always, if you want whatever levels to be featured in a part like this one, please leave both the level name and level ID either in the comments section below or direct message me on Twitter. Also, as always, the full disclaimer this entire LP series is linked in the description below. Also in the description are the timestamps for all levels that cover these parts, so if you want to check out levels covered, expand the description. It seems that Protoman will take double damage here. At least we have a whole bunch of special weapons to make this a bit easier, such as the oil slider to just bypass these enemies. So far so good. Well, this is going to be a fortress level, of course, and apparently we're going to have to use the oil slider in several locations in order to make these jumps. As such, same here. Nothing too difficult. Now we have some alternate pathways. I could go down over there, but I really want to get that Gemini laser and see what's on the left. Probably need tank or something. There we go. Just a few attempts and then it works. And there's our Gemini laser. And apparently we can go to the right instead. I guess it loops back to the end on the left side. It seems to be judging by this water segment. And I see another special weapon on the right there. I guess that's how we get to the left. Item 3. Of course, we could just use the oil slider's floating properties to get up there as well. Yeah, like that. We do not need to use item 3 over there. But I guess that's the easier way of doing it. Oh, and this is where the 2 pathways loop up with each other. And in order to go up here, you need to use oil slider, so it's just an alternate route. And you do need to use item 3 over here, so I guess it makes sense. That was a bit of a jerkish enemy placement there. Nothing too bad. Also, decent checkpoint placement. About the same of where a traditional NES Mega Man game would put it. I mean, the stage isn't too hard anyway, so not much to complain about. I see something up over there, so let me take a look. It just looks so suspicious. Okay, it's just for some extra lives and an M&E tank. So my suspicions were rewarded. And I knew there would be something over there, judging by the gaps. This stage has a whole bunch of secrets, it seems. And we can reflect the tackle fires back at the hothead. I guess this will be useful for your future segment, or is Skullman's weakness. Or I have to use it here, never mind. But first, let's deal with this fan fiend. And that fan fiend too, because that's still causing problems. There we go. Took a few attempts, but I was able to do it. A little bit of a tight squeeze there, though. Rather not risk dying over there. And we have two different pathways, I see. We can either go for the top spin... should I? I see a spike over there, so I won't risk it. Hopefully it's not mandatory. Even if I don't have Skullman's weakness, I should be fine. Oh, it is mandatory, never mind. Well, I could make the jump even with the oil cider, but there'll probably be a future segment where I will be forced to use it. Would like a checkpoint nearby at this point, though. Can you damage boost me? Oh no, now we have another problem. Okay, that was a lot easier. Thank you, damage boosting. Boy, I didn't realize his skull bullets do that much damage. Nonetheless, that was this stage. Apparently all those special weapons were mandatory to get, so you're forced to go there anyway, even though they look like they could be nice secret locations. I'll still give it a thumbs up because this is a neat fortress level, nice progression. I don't understand why I got a negative score outside of maybe getting the top spin. Second on the lineup is Forlorn Halls by Nickelasse with 223 plays and a score of 81. So a pretty well regarded stage. And considering that they won the 2017 Mega Man Maker level design contest, I'm pretty interested to see how this level is. I quite enjoyed their stage Automata Fortress after all. Only Mega Buster. But we do have the Mega Man 6 Shard Shot. So I guess this is going to be a traditional level or a fortress stage. Do like the purple background and foreground. One second, just need to do a quick check. There we go. I thought I saw something happen off screen that was a bit worrisome. Oh, I see. We need to teleport in at the correct time. This kind of reminds me of Automata Fortress in that regard. Now we need to be quick on our feet so we don't fall into the force beams. Of course they're yellow, so they aren't that bad. And those Yoku blocks in the top right indicate when the Yoku blocks will spawn in front of the force beams. So good introduction there. Two different routes. Well, one different route. I guess we'll warp in on the left side once we get access to the count bomb. So, like Automata Fortress, this stage is focused on timing and speedrunning, or racing, I mean. Ow. Okay, I see those are connected that way. Now, time to race to the right, and back to the left. These racing challenges aren't too bad yet. After all, if you get hit, you only take 7 damage. So this is doable by a intermediate Mega Man player. Or even a newbie if they try hard enough. And I suppose that was the mini-boss room against the Gachapon. And, okay, if you fail that challenge, we're forced to reset. So we need to time our drops carefully. Like so. The timing there is rather forgiving though, so it was more my fault for not paying attention. And by doing this, now we can advance forwards. Neat way of looping up the stage. That's also a safe way of introducing these Harry-Harrys, aka hedgehog enemies. First in a safe enough environment and now in more dangerous environments. Whoops, I failed that one. Let me restart the stage there because I really want to see what that key has to offer. It isn't too far back anyway because I only need to face this Gachapon. This time I will wait. After all, these follow a global timer, not a local timer. And back we go. That was strange. Mega Man got shunted forward and warped forward. They do die in 2 hits, so they aren't as bad as they were back in Mega Man 3. Alright, let's try doing this properly this time. And it's in the reverse direction, so it's a bit harder for time. There we go, just in time. That'll probably lead to the boss's weakness or a secret. Time for the next mini-boss, this... Tama. It only falls to 3 charge shots, but the way of how those yarn balls bounce off the springs is unique. And here is the next checkpoint. Good checkpoint placement as always. I wonder if there's something down over there. It just looks so suspicious. And I guess this is the boss's weakness. And I can't gain access to it because of an invisible wall. Thanks, engine. I mean, look at it. I already despawned the key door, but it's not allowing me forwards. So let me try going back in it this way. Nope, still exists. Oh well, that's not your fault, Nickelasse. Probably an update with version 1.3.6 broke it. And I suppose these are the last set of challenges for the stage. Judging by the challenge escalation. Yep, there's the end. The checkpoint placement and gimmick introduction escalation of the stage were pretty good. It definitely deserves its high score. And thank you for the full refills. Time to face Cutman with a Tama guarding him. I guess his weakness is the crash bomb. Yep, it is. And I can see how utilizing the time slow makes this a lot easier too. So that was the end of this stage. A pretty neat gimmick-oriented stage focused on timing, the yoke blocks, and force beams, and it is doable by an intermediate player, so I will definitely give it a thumbs up. Great work, Nickelasse. Third on the lineup is Fastman Remastered by Hydrochlorination with 14 plays and a score of 0. We'll be playing as base, but without access to double jumping. I saw a red force beam down there. At least you have access to time slow. Bit of a tight squeeze there. And we have ice physics, of course. Thank you for the checkpoint there. I'll gladly utilize it, and also a damage boost. Same here because I don't trust myself with these jumps. Quick reset as always. And of course, spike hitboxes will work against me. Okay, I can't do a long jump, I need to do a normal jump here. Damage boost off of this thing. There is something to the right over here. It was an E-tank, and there's the checkpoint. The first part of the stage was definitely harder than the other segments. Phew, I was half expecting that to happen, where there'd be a fan fiend right over there. Thank goodness they gave us infinite usage of the time slow. It makes the stage a lot more doable, especially considering the ice physics everywhere as well, making our lives more miserable. And I made it. Phew, I expected to die a lot more here, especially considering this engine's issue with button inputs, especially with dash jumping. I've had that occur several times off screen, after all. So red force beams are gonna kill me. Time slow time. The only way to kill the boss, or the faster way, is to utilize the quick boomerang. Or the only way, actually. So that was the end of Fastman Remastered. Definitely a stage designed for more intermediate to advanced Mega Man players, especially considering its difficulty and precision involved. I'll still give it a thumbs up, but as I said, it's a special weapons oriented stage and you need to know how to do dash jumping off of one block tiles. At least Hydrochlorination gave us access to the time slow to make several segments a bit easier. Fourth on the lineup is Colorshift Castle by Darkness with 18 plays and a score of 3. And judging by the loading time, this will be at least 40 to 50 screens long. Probably 50 to 60. I hope in the future there is a counter for the number of screens on this intro crawl. Judging by the title, I guess this stage will shift its color around. Mega Buster. Oh, wait a minute, is this another one of those another world stages or multiple world stages where by going through teleporters we enter an alternate universe? We saw that with Sewer Snake Problem or Sewer Snake Problem, where we flipped around the stage between the sewers being full of water and not full of water. I guess there's one of them. On the other side, we were blocked from getting a key on the red side, but on the blue side, we can progress onwards. Good introduction of this gimmick. And in order to gain access to the key, I need to teleport in from this side. We can progress onwards on the red or blue side, but I'll do it on the red side. Because I get the feeling that these keys will be utilized at a shop, or for a secret area. Yeah, I see that up there. And in the alternate verse, I guess we'll have crash lifts here and bottomless pits instead, because these blue tiles didn't exist in the blue version. And all the enemies here are also bluish shaped, or bluish colored. So let's take a look. And now all the enemies here are red, but this area is blocked because there's a red tile there. That's very neat. I want to take a look at something and see if there's a secret key on the left. The level creator may pull something off like that after all. Yeah, I can now access this upper area. Okay, so it seems that in the blue area the red tile, or rather, the red tiles and red gimmicks are here, but in the red world the blue tiles and blue gimmicks are there. Same here, because the water gimmicks are bluish, so now in the red world. And there's another key down there. And I can eliminate those blockages by switching back to the blue world, these blue tiles. But of course, now we have these red tiles blocking that one. I do want access to that drill bomb, and I do gain access to it thanks to my spare keys. I wonder what's to the right over there though. It looks oddly suspicious. Another checkpoint. I'm gonna go through this in the blue route because I get the feeling there's something in the secret. I mean, the room structures are generally the same, it's just that the gimmicks and tiles that are a bit different. And one or more of the routes is a bit easier because I guess this route is going to be easier on the red route because of the absence of these spikes. Instead, there'll be more bottomless pits. Okay, we switch over to Protoman here. We can't go backwards, it seems. So we can't spend that key that I got earlier. I wonder if Protoman takes double damage here, though. I still think we're in the blue world or in the mixture of the worlds because the background is now brownish. Yeah, I think we're in the blue world. Never mind, we have a mixture of blue and red gimmicks here, so we're in the mixture world. I guess the purple world. Or the main part of this castle. And this takes us back to the blue world. And now the red world. I guess that was an intermediary and now we're backtracking a bit. This is very neat. Definitely my favorite level to part. I always like these multiple world stages where you flip around multiple worlds in order to progress onwards. If only there was a way you could have switches that affect other gimmicks in the stage. I suppose we do have that sort of in the way of keys and key doors. I guess we broke that dimension or something. And now we're in the purple world because I see the purple background there. But do we have Time Man's weakness? We'll have to see. Nope. But this works good enough, it deals double damage. Can I deflect his projectiles back at him? Yes, I can. So this was a rather interesting level, though I missed some secrets like that one key door to the right, which probably had Time Man's weakness or another utility that made things a bit easier. But I liked how in the red world we had the blue tiles and blue gimmicks, and vice versa, and in the end we had the purple world. Great level progression, and great way of introducing it. As always, I love playing these multiple world stages, but I'd like to see it taken further because the only multiple world stages I've played so far only involve 2 worlds. I'd like to see one that has 3 worlds or something, though that may be a bit problematic with the limited toolset in this engine, or it may balloon the map size significantly. Fifth and final level to part is Tellies Are Like Magnets version 2 by JKS8213. with 49 plays and a score of 10. Well, we do not have double damage enabled, so that's nice. Whole bunch of special weapons, as always. Most of them are from Mega Man 3, of course. So a series of mostly enemy-based challenges with some platforming. Would have preferred if that Shadow Man platform was introduced first in a safe environment. Gemini Laser works wonders here. Well, that was a rather easy crawl forwards, and now mini-boss time. Sure, let's break drop it. I mean, you can one-shot it that easily. Thank you for the checkpoint and full refill, good placement. And now we're outside in the Magnet Man portion. I guess the previous segment was the Fortress segment. Yikes, that could have gone really badly if I didn't do the slide jump properly. Probably should have used the Protocoil there. Also, the Shadow progression stage is a bit wonky. That first segment where you had to do slide jumps on the Shadow Man platforms, aka the second usage of them, that was harder than the rest of this level. You may want to move that around, JKS. It's not exactly a reverse difficulty curve, but it feels like it drops significantly, and there's no new gimmicks to add it. I guess that was the end of the stage. It definitely has the length and checkpoint placement of a traditional Mega Man stage, but honestly the gimmicks weren't introduced properly. and it felt more like a fortress level because how Shaman platforms and magnets weren't introduced properly, and the magnets didn't prove to be a problem for the most part, outside that one segment with the Shaman platforms. So let's end this. I guess he has the same weakness as before. Well, we don't have the Spark Shock, so maybe his weakness is the Perfect Freeze? No. Okay, it's a Gemini Laser this time. So that was the end of this level. I like it more than version 1, but it doesn't really fulfill its title. There were Tellies in the stage, but there weren't any really Telly gimmicks which forced you to deal with them. So for me, it was kind of meh. I liked the previous stage by JKS more, the one that was like a remake of Crystal Man's stage. That felt like it probably executed on its gimmicks and aesthetics. So overall, out of the 5 levels I played in this part, my favorite level would definitely be Colorshift Castle by Darkness, with an honorable mention going to Forlorn Halls by Nickelasse. So in the next part, I'll be covering several more viewer submitted levels. Well then, thanks for watching and have a nice day. Toodles!